Hello everyone. So today we are going to understand Docker for DevOps. So from it works on my machine to production, this is how I am going to explain complete Docker for a DevOps engineer. Complete prerequisite. So imagine you are working on a simple Java application and developer says that the application, the code works perfectly on his laptop. And operations engineer reply, it does not work on my server. It does not work on our server. So why? Because both systems are different. दोनों जो सिस्टम है उसके कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, उसके डिपेंडेंसी, उसके आर्किटेक्चर अलग अलग हो सकते हैं. तो डेवलपर लैपटॉप का कॉन्फ़िगरेशन क्या हो सकता है? इट्स लाइक मे बी जावा 17 दे आर यूजिंग, मेवन, उबंटू 24, माई एसक्यूएल 8 और साथ ही साथ हो सकता है पाइथन का 3.1 यूज करें. और जिस सर्वर पर, द सर्वर विच वी आर यूजिंग फॉर डिप्लॉयमेंट, that Java version can be 11, Ubuntu may be 20, and different libraries, different path and different permission. So even a small version change can also break the complete application, and that's the difference which happen in monolithic basic application and microservices, and this is called dependency hell. Okay, and this complete issue is being solved by Docker. So now let's understand what is Docker. So Docker is nothing but a platform that packages your applications along with everything it needs. So think of it as a sweeping of a complete restaurant kitchen rather than only sending a chef. तो मतलब कि आप कंप्लीट एक रेस्टोरेंट का किचन भेज रहे हो, कंप्लीट वो एप्लीकेशन, रेदर देन आप केवल एक शेफ भेज रहे हो, वो जाकर केवल खाना बनाएगा. किचन भेज रहे हैं तो कंप्लीट चीज़ें उसके साथ रहेंगी, ईच एंड एवरी रिसोर्सेस, इंग्रेडिएंट्स एंड कंप्लीट इन्वायरमेंट. सो विदाउट डॉकर व्हाट हैपन्स? विदाउट डॉकर केवल हमारा एप्लीकेशन रहता है. विथ डॉकर वी हैव एप्लीकेशन, जावा, लाइब्रेरीज, डिपेंडेंसीज, कॉन्फ़िगरेशन एंड ओएस फाइल्स. सो कंप्लीट रन टाइम इन्वायरमेंट एंड एवरीथिंग travels together. So it runs exactly the same everywhere. So now the complete, we are getting rid of machine dependency thing, right? Now let's understand what is containerization. So containerization is nothing but we can say that packaging the application and all dependency into a lightweight isolated environment. So complete thing we are packaging in a lightweight isolated environment, and that is containerization. मतलब एप्लीकेशन, उसके कंप्लीट डिपेंडेंसी को आप एक कैप्सूल के अंदर रख दे रहे हो, इनकैप्सुलेट कर दे रहे हो हर एक चीज़ों को. फॉर एग्जांपल, मान लो वी हैव आवर लैपटॉप, सो दैट कंटेन्स डॉकर इंजन. सो कंटेनर कंटेन्स जावा application and libraries. The second container can be contain Python application and its libraries. So every container is isolated. Just note this point. Every container is isolated. One container cannot interfere with another. That's a simple thing. So now we have to understand that the important thing, Docker architecture. So how internally Docker is being designed, how it has been developed. So what happens? Let's suppose there is a developer. So developer will simple run Docker build command, then it goes to Docker client, then it reaches to Docker engine, and then images, containers, networks and volumes are created. So now we have to understand what is an image. So image क्या है? Image is the blueprint. Simple, we can understand. Image is like a class in Java, and from that class, if we are going to create one object, that is called container. So simple, whenever we run docker build command, so what happens? So one docker image that contains Ubuntu, that's operating system, Java, that is any Java version, so that would be Java based application, then libraries, and post that application. So image never changes. Just note this point. Image is read only, it cannot be modified. Now we have to understand what is container. Container क्या होता है? तो container is a running instance of an image. So whenever we write docker file, we create one image. Once we push that to docker hub, post that, we pull that, we use that docker image into our application. So that running copy of that image, which we call container, and that's a running instance of an image. So simple, class, we can say class, let's say that we are considering class as an image, then object can be said as container. Simple way, simple way. Yeah, so now let's move to the life cycle of docker. So first thing, docker file, then docker build, docker image, and then docker run, and then running container. Complete 5 step. It is as simple as it is. So now we have simple example. We have like for a docker file, let's say we want to write for simple eclipse. So we can simply write na from space, then eclipse hyphen tumerin colon 17, that's its version, then work dir for then space forward slash app. Complete instructions should be written in capital word, like from, work directory, copy, expose, cmd, run. All things should be written in capital form. So simple kya, what is happening here, that from simple, from the base image, then work directory is the working directory, copy, simple copy the application, expose means on which application port is it running, and then cmd means it runs the application. Simple. Now let's understand docker build. So simple docker, whenever we have to build the image, we have to run docker build command. Then whenever we want to check images, then we have docker images command. If we want to run containers, so simple, we have docker run command. Then if we want to run multiple container, we have to check that what all containers are running. So simple, we have docker ps command. Simple. Then if we want to stop the container, so simple, we have to run docker stop and then container id. If we want to remove the container, then simple, we have docker rm container id. Then we can also remove the image. Simple, we have docker space rmi space then image id we can give. And if we want to execute some commands inside the container, we have docker exec command, exec, and then it, and then container id, and then bash. So simple, you will be reached to that Linux terminal. Now with the help of docker logs command, we can view logs of that application. And then let's understand docker networking. So let's suppose that you have one Java application, one MySQL, and then Redis. So simple, what happens here, docker creates its own network. So if Java application wants to communicate with MySQL, so it will have a separate network through which the application will be communicated. Then Java application also can communicate with Redis, that's also a connectivity. So that complete connectivity is being solved by docker container. Now we have also simple container, with the help of container name, we provide that container communicate using names. And then the docker volume. So simple, let's suppose that your container gets deleted and data also disappears. So what is the solution? We have solution as a volume. So we have container, and then container volume, and then hostess. So simple, with the help of command like docker volume, create simple application name like MySQL. Then if we use our own Docker based volume, so data will be survive. We know now that container is ephemeral in nature, so it will be deleted post complete application running. Now we have to understand what is Docker Hub. So Docker Hub is simple. In a simple language you can understand, Docker Hub is like a GitHub, simple but for images. We use to store our images. And what all commands we have, like simple docker run, then docker push, then docker pull for getting that image. So simple, we have to use docker login, then simple we have to define that tagging, docker tag command, then we have to provide version of that application, username we have also to provide to log into that Docker Hub, and then simple docker push, and then it will be stored on the Docker Hub. अब हमको समझना है what is microservices, and that's a very important topic. So one huge application, let's suppose that is based out of monolithic. So हमारे पास क्या क्या हो सकता है, users, orders, payments, inventory और reports. तो what, let's suppose that one bug is detected and that can affect entire application. So scaling is very difficult here, that we are using complete monolithic way, whole thing in a single way, single domain. So with the help of microservices, we try to create separate services for each application, like separate Docker file for Python, separate for Java, for MySQL, and simple different microservices we are using, and that combine one application. So for example, in microservices, what can be happen here? Let's suppose one API gateway we have, then we have three, we have four, like users, then order sections, then payment section. Under user section there might be inventory sections, under inventory section maybe there is a notification section. So what happens once we start using microservices, so every service independent in nature, and that is a skill, our own deployment, own scaling, and own database most of the time. So why Docker is perfect for microservices? So Docker क्यों प्रेफर किया जाता है माइक्रोसर्विसेज के लिए? Because imagine you have one user service, then that contains Java 21. We have one order service that contains maybe Java 17. One payment section that contains maybe Python. One inventory section that may be using Go. One notification service that may be using Node.js. So without Docker, installing everything becomes a nightmare. For each service in a single, one by one we have to install. So with Docker, what we can do simple we can create containers as per users. Let's, for example, container 1 for Java 21, container 2 for Java 17, container 3 for Python, container 4 for simple Go, and container 5 for Node.js. So everything runs independently, and that's the best Docker plus DevOps pipeline. So let's suppose that developer uses git push, then it reaches to GitHub, then the pipeline is run with the help of GitHub actions, then it reaches to build, then Docker build we use simple, then we have to use that Docker image, then we have to store it on either Docker Hub or artifact registry or ECR we can say in Amazon. Then we have to deploy, and that will be gone to Kubernetes, and the application will be live on production. And this is how modern DevOps pipeline work. So common Docker commands already I explained. For a reference again, we can use like Docker space build command, Docker images command, Docker run command, Docker ps command, Docker stop, Docker rm, rmi, Docker logs, exec command, then push, Docker network command, Docker volumes command. So final takeaway what we have, so only you have to remember these 4 building blocks of Docker, that is Docker file, image, container, and then microservices. And simple for a DevOps engineer, the typical flow could be first code, then Docker file, Docker build, Docker image, then artifact registry or Docker Hub, and then Kubernetes, then your application is running. And that's a complete end-to-end pipeline, end-to-end explanation of Docker. I hope I am able to explain you Docker completely for a production level application. If you have any doubt, any question, you can comment me, you can reach me directly. I'll just pin my LinkedIn in this chat. Along with that, if you like the way we have been doing, please subscribe our channel. Thank you.